a story about Minnie the Moocher. She was a red hot hoochie coocher.
Here's a story about a girl named Minnie the Moocher. Do you know what moocher means? A woman is trying to get money out of people. In this case, men. And he said she was a real hoochie coocher. What you think that means? She was hot in the pants. She was fast. All right. First time I want to start it right there. Here we go.
She was the roughest, toughest frail. Minnie had a heart as big as a whale. Hoddy, hoddy, ho. Hoddy, hoddy, ho. Hoddy, hoddy, hoddy. Hoddy, hoddy, hoddy. He, dee, dee, he. Hoddy, hoddy, ho. Hoddy, hoddy, ho. She messed around with a bloke named Smokey. She loved him though he was cokey.
Met a dude who was in them streets. The name was Smokey. Sound familiar? Here we go. Fair use, fair use.
He took her down to Chinatown. He showed her how to kick the gong around. Showed her how to kick the gong around. Ari, 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 ari. She had a dream about the king of Sweden. He gave her things that she was needing. He gave her a whole built of gold and steel, a diamond car with the platinum wheels. Oh, ski pop do thought let it do.
Watch what they do to this cat. Cat, what is that a euphemism for? Watch this. What did they do to the cat? They sucked that cat dry. Pause. All right, using it all up. Here we go.
He gave her his townhouse and his racing horses. Each meal she ate was a dozen courses. She had $1 million worth of nickels and dimes. She sat around and counted them all 1,000,000 times.
And look, you seen the guy. This will be the representation of a guy that's her friend in the friend zone trying to protect her, or the guy that tried to wife her after she got done running the streets. Here we go. I'm dead. Did you see that? Look at remember I told you the guy in the friend zone. Where did he go? Look at that one more time. Where did she go and where did he go? Did you catch it? Yeah, he went back into the doghouse and she went into the house. Okay? Y'all gotta watch that, man. You friend zone dudes, man, they will use you up, and then at the end of the day, you ain't getting nothing. Now, this explains how Calloway actually created this song. Here we go.
The story behind Minnie the Moocher. Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about one of the most iconic songs in American music history, Minnie the Moocher by Calloway. Released in 1931, This song was more than just a jazz tune. It was the first record by an African-American artist to sell over 1 million copies. And it wasn't just the music, it was the performance.
Did y'all hear that? This is the first album that sold 1 million copies for an African-American. Crazy.
Cab Calloway electrified audiences with his call and response scat singing, that famous chant, "Hi-de-hee-hee-de-ho." That became his signature, and it cemented his place in music history. But behind the fun and the rhythm, there's a story. The character Minnie was a Harlem showgirl, a woman living fast, living wild, and living off others.
Nothing's changed, man. Nothing has changed. They had women like this back in the day, but the crazy thing about it now is those types of women, you could make one song and you would be like, okay, that's that one woman. But now with so many of them, it applies to a significant amount of young women these days. Okay? It's crazy.
That's where the word moocher comes in. The lyrics follow her life as she gets caught up with a man named Smokey, a figure tied to the nightlife, drugs, and danger. Now, this wasn't just entertainment. Cab Calloway was slipping real street slang into his songs. When he sang about reefers and cocaine in 1931, those were daring words, especially during Prohibition. To the casual listener, it was a catchy tune. But to those in the know, it was a coded story about excess, addiction, and downfall. So while audiences laughed, clapped, and shouted back, "Hi-de-ho," the story of Minnie was actually a cautionary tale. It was about what happens when you chase thrills and let the nightlife consume you.
And I pray when I clip this up, I hope that young women are watching this who haven't went down that road of taking the easy way out, you know, and creating an OnlyFans OF account or being naked on social media. This video should serve as a cautionary tale. You can gamble and think that you're going to end up with a guy after you get done running the streets, you know, doing what you're doing out there, but it's highly unlikely. So you need to be mindful of videos like this. They've been trying to tell y'all, and it's luckily you got guys like me, your uncle, that will tell you. All right. If not, the dating market and men on the dating market will find some use out of you, just like they found use out of Minnie the Moocher, and they go, milk your ass dry. Pause. Okay. So come out of here if you want to.
And yet, that blend of comedy, tragedy, and swagger was exactly what made the song timeless. It captured Harlem's energy, its struggles, and its creativity all in one. The legacy didn't stop there. The song showed up in Betty Boop cartoons in the 1930s, where Calloway's dance moves were rotoscoped into animated characters. And decades later, in 1980, he performed it in the Blues Brothers, reintroducing Minnie the Moocher to a brand new audience. Today, that song stands as a landmark, a bridge between entertainment and social commentary, between coded street slang and mainstream pop culture. And every time you hear that chant, "Hi-de-hee-de-hee-de-ho," you're hearing the sound of history.
All right. So fun fact about the hi-de-hi-de-hi-de-ho. Cab Calloway himself did an interview and they asked him, where did you come up with that? He said that he was performing Minnie the Moocher and he forgot the lyrics.
But did you ever scat because you forgot the words?
Mm-hmm. In Minnie the Moocher, I did. That's how I got the hi-de-ho. So I forgot the lyric in Minnie the Moocher and put in another song. And I put in ski beep hi-de-ho. Everybody liked it.
Did y'all know that? That's how he came up with the hi-de-hi-de-hi-de-hi, because he forgot the lyrics of a couple of songs and he would be performing and he just would put that in there until he remembered the lyrics of the song. That's pretty crazy, right? Now it's like ingrained in history. So yeah, so that's a fun fact about Cab Calloway. Rest in peace. But yeah, young ladies, man, is this information that's been out there for you guys. And I know it may seem like an easy way out to get on OF and you're making all this bread. And who am I? You don't know me, but I just know how the ending, how it will end up. You're going to have a tough time on the dating market if everybody can see you naked out here. And that includes on your Instagram page. That's one of the main reasons why I can't bring most of y'all up, because the first thing the guy's going to do in the chat is look at your Instagram. And they're going to see you half naked in places where you're not supposed to be naked in the right places. And it is what it is. They're going to prejudge you just because of that. And let's not be dumb here. Yes, they will judge you based off of that. Oh, you need to get to know me. No. If you naked, you naked. Other things. Useful to the group. Not a wife. That's what's going to happen. Okay? Same thing y'all do when you see a dude on social media fanning money. When you see a dude fanning money and he's pants sagging, you're not going to sit there, well, maybe I need to get to know him. He may work at Goldman Sachs. And he just, going on, he's on his way to deposit that money so he can make some swift investments. No, you judged him already. That's the same thing men do when they see you butt naked out here. 2 inches above the thing.
Officer, you wouldn't believe the skirt this girl got on here. Just 2 inches above the thing. You know what I'm talking about. Yes, sir.
Okay.